Welcome back to PJ Chen Design. This is PJ. Today I would like to talk about if it is possible to bring in an STL file into the Rhino to do some editing. Are you ready? Let's get started. For any of the Rhino surface that we have here is called poly surface, and then it is constructed by multiple surfaces together. You can do a lot of editing with this. You can still do in the Boolean union. For example, if I want to continue to edit on this one, as long as they have an intersect together, I can still editing them. And let's say I wanted to do the Boolean difference, this one out of this one, and then you can still edit it. Now when you're coming into the mesh, let's say you don't have an original Rhino file and then you only have the mesh, and then you want to edit it into the Rhino, so you want to bring in another piece right here, and as long as this piece is touching with it, and you have two different objects here. This one, you click on it, it shows it's a closed extrusion. This one, it is a mesh. If you're trying to do the Boolean union, you click on this one and you click on this mesh, it doesn't react. It's because they are two different objects right there. The only thing you can continue to edit it is you need to turn this one into the mesh as well. So that's using the mesh command, and we want to turn it into the mesh for whatever resolution, and I'm going to bring out this extrusion right there. Under the mesh command, if you bring up the submenu, you're going to have a mesh has its own Boolean tool. You have a mesh Boolean union, mesh Boolean difference, mesh Boolean intersection, and also mesh Boolean split. In this case, we want to use a mesh Boolean union, and we can pick up this one and this one, and we're gonna Boolean union together. Double make sure it is a closed mesh. It is easy when you have something really simple like that, but when you have something really complicated, sometimes it doesn't work, right? So it's always nice to keep your original file. You can turn it into the mesh, but I understand sometimes you buy the mesh online and then you need to edit it. In order to edit it, you have to turn everything that you are going to edit into the mesh, and using the Boolean tool to edit those mesh. So many students has asked me one of the questions, can you turn the mesh back to this poly surface? The quick answer is yes, but it's not suggest. And why is that? Let me show you. This is the mesh. If we use the mesh to NURBS command, and we can turn this mesh back to the NURBS. And I'm going to bring out right here. Now, if you click on this one, this is a closed mesh. And if you click on this one, it's a closed solid poly surface, which you are going to have a million. Maybe that's too much, but you're gonna have a lot of the surface, and it's even hard to do the editing. However, if you have this surface right there, it is already back to the NURBS. And then I'm going to have this one as a regular box right here. You can still use a regular Boolean. Like say I want a Boolean difference, this one out of this one, and that will work right there. But to changing the shape, to pulling, to use a control point, it's not really suggest. So the question is, what if I really need to do some editing? Can I have other way to play with? So I'm going to delete this one and using this mesh back in here. When you have something like this and it is mesh and it's hard to edit into the Rhino, in the Rhino 7 you have a new function, and this new function is called remesh. And what it does is you pick up any mesh that you have, coming into the quad remesh command, or you can just type it there. And it's going to come up a dialog, and this is the dialog. You can define it how fine that you want it to for this quad remesh. You can, in the preset, you have the target count for 2000 pieces, and then you can preview it and to see what it is going to look like. If this is too much of the surface that you're going to dealing with, you can reduce it. But whenever you are reducing, it's going to changing the shape a little bit. So let's say I'm going to click OK and bring out here. This will be more simple mesh that you can deal with. And by this time, if you wanted to use a mesh to NURBS, you can do that. And by moving out, then you have a more uniform poly surface to edit. Notice that the less count that you have for the quad remesh, then you are going to have more facet on your piece. Another option that you have is you can quad remesh this one. Let's say I'm going to type it quad remesh. And then right here you have the option to convert it to the sub D. So when you convert it to the sub D and then you want to preview it, you're going to get something like this and you click OK. So this is another option that you can continue to edit, but you're going to see that you lose some of the edges right there. Everything look like a nice and round here. Let's do one more time with the quad remesh. And right here on the sub D option, you have the sub D crease. Check on this one, click OK. So this is the result that we have for having a crease, as you can see, compared to the one without the crease, that it is sharper edges right there. After that, you can always turn it back to the NURBS surface, and we're gonna use the command from sub D to the NURB, and you can turn it into the NURBS surface. So if you wanted to do additional Boolean union or Boolean differences, then this is the poly surface for you to do. I hope you enjoyed the video to how to edit the mesh using the quad remesh as a reverse engineer. Thank you for watching and see you next.